What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. And guys, today I'm talking about Ice Cube, all right? And Ice Cube is now working with President Donald Trump to get him re-elected. And not only is the Black Twitter going crazy, other artists going crazy, Black women are calling him out also. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. But a little bit about Ice Cube. I've been critical of Ice Cube in the past. I grew up on Ice Cube like many of you. Legendary rapper, entrepreneur. But the one thing I like about Ice Cube is that he's a person who isn't so swayed by everybody else all the time. Whether you like him or not, you know, he can make his own decisions. He makes his decisions even at going at certain people who other folks wouldn't dare at going at, which is like the Jewish community and their so-called oppression in hip hop against African-American artists and the Black community, and how, you know, it is perceived that some people in hip hop believe that, you know, people like DJ Vlad and some of the Jews, European Jews have made fun of Blacks. And Ice Cube has been, you know, called out for calling them out for those things. But Ice Cube also has called out President Trump in the past. And not only has Ice Cube called that out, he's called out racism. You know, his earlier works with NWA about F the police. He's talked about a lot of things that have happened in the Black community, and many of us grew up on that message. He's a very, very intelligent man, right? But see, here's the situation. Ice Cube, like many other Blacks, and I honestly believe that Ice Cube cares about the Black community, although I disagree with some of the stuff he says. One thing I'm going to agree with him is that the Democrats have had the Black community on a leash. All right? And what Ice Cube is looking for, and I don't think it's because he trusts Donald Trump or trusts Republicans. But what Ice Cube is looking at is this. When it comes to tangible solutions for the Black community, out of the two parties, the Democrats or the Republicans, Ice Cube feels like, you know, the Republicans have the better plan to help Black Americans. And they're more willing to work with Black Americans to get Black issues solved. And when we talk about tangible things, you know, Black business ownership, things like this, what Ice Cube feels is the Democrats are going to continue to do what they have been doing, which is nothing. And that's absolutely true. The Democrats do not have any plan for the African American community, but to keep them where they are, which is at the bottom. All right? Now, he also talks about Black progress is a bipartisan issue. All right? And now, this is the person, Ice Cube, what I mean is, he's trying to help the Black community out the best way he can. But then you hear a lot of Black women who have an issue with his support of Donald Trump. And again, it always, and I hate to say this, but you know when Black men feel that they're tired of the groupthink mentality, and the groupthink mentality is be with the Democrats, okay? Black women are heavily Democratic. And when Ice Cube unveils his plan to work with the president, and he's getting attention, and Black women activists are not, now all of a sudden they're making it about, well, why are we not included in Ice Cube's plan? All right? Well, where's the plan for Black queer people or Black trans women? And see, that's always the issue. Whenever Black men decide that they want to do something, Black women are always talking about, well, what about us? But you never hear that when Black women decide they want to do something, they never include Black men, in my opinion. Never. Unless it's like, you know, Black Lives Matter. And I have to say, there's a lot of Black activism that comes from a lot of the left it comes on the behest of a black man. So a black man gets shot. Here you have some black activism coming from the black women community. Then you're benefiting off the fact that some black man got shot and you're attaching yourself to that black man that got shot. All right? That happens sometimes. But whenever black women decide that they want to do something for black women, it's completely void of black men. But listen to this BS. Dating Music, they said this. We grew up on Ice Cube. So on his message against white supremacy, so it feels like a slap in the face because this is a president who has made it very clear that he's anti-black, anti-women, and anti-trans folks, said Karen Flynn. Okay. Historically, black women have been consistently supported black men, particularly heterosexual black men, and we haven't been given the same respect back. That's a lie, but I'll get into that in a minute. Right? Now, all of a sudden, this black women are absent from Ice Cube's plan. They continue to say this. Dating Music, at some point, we should discuss the entitlement Ice Cube exhibits to assume that he can create a contract and immediately get the ear of the presidential campaigns, having never really been political before, when there are black women who have been doing this work for years. Why many black women wondered, were they absent from Ice Cube's plans? Let me tell you this, Ice Cube doesn't owe any plans to black female activism, all right? And let me say this, even though he hasn't been so political before, he does have the ear of the Trump administration. If Candace Owens has the ear, and people like Tatum and ABL, his pull is way greater in the black community. So it's not Ice Cube's fault that you've been doing that for years and you have not gotten the ear. That's not his problem. That is your problem. All right? And all of this stuff about, black men are breaking my heart for this, came for Cube Trump thing. Listen, I'm a person that I'm pro-black, okay? I've taken away my political associations or anything like that. I will vote for the president that's currently there because I'm just like Ice Cube. But I am a pro-black, hardcore. That don't change. I'm for the black community first. But what I will not do is what about feminism? What about the black trans? And what about the black? See, here's the situation. Those people are already protected groups as it is. All right? Why are women not involved and women are always involved? He doesn't owe anybody anything in their plan. His plan is about the black community as a whole, which includes all the aforementioned groups. And the thing about it is, people like her, sisters have been breaking my heart being with the Democrats. All the communities, sisters, the LGBT, the black LGBT, the black church, all of us who are in the community, you have broken our hearts for 50 years voting for Democrats. Now, my position is, if you have the same plan going to Republicans without being black first, it's gonna happen again. But don't sit back here and bash the man because he wants to leave what's the Democratic Party. You haven't been doing nothing for black people. Nothing. You have done nothing for the black trans community, if you want to call it that, or LGBT, or the black community, or black men or black women. You do nothing. Black women are suffering so much under Democrats. So stop it with this, I hate Ice Cube for that. And then again, here it is, you see the entitlement of, I would consider black women on the left, who they complain about white supremacy all the time. But when you vote for the left, you are talking about white supremacy. These are the same people that have put blacks into slavery. I keep giving that history lesson. And then after that, if you want to talk about the crime bill, Clinton, Biden, hey, black men were doing the worst under the Democrats. All of the increased police that you see in black communities right now instead of jobs are because of the left. And you would talk about Cube, so of course he cares about the black community more than you. In my opinion, those people were saying this more than you. And this is what we need to do. People, if you want to play it safe, and this is my position first, I'm for the black community. We have to have our own party. All right? That's the solution. Black people need to have their own party. Fighting for the left or for the right, we need to have our own party. I think this is where we need to be going. We need to be caught up in what's helping the black community. And the Democrats are not the answer. 50 years and not the answer. I'm not saying Trump's the answer. But out of the two, he's a better position than the other people. The best plan for black America is us. Either we want that or we don't. Guys, I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Subscribe, hit the bell. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Check me out on patreon.com/Negromanosphere. Check me out. The Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts, guys. I really thank you for that. And keep supporting us, guys. Keep supporting us, what we do here. And always remember, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.